Hey guys, so I am going to be working on a project and I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, so I always like to film it, just so I can catch myself on camera doing something stupid. So, I have a scrapbook layout that I have to do, and the theme is to use something upcycled. Um, so I cut out, flowers are kind of my go-to thing when I don't know what to do. I cut out some flowers out of, cereal box, and then I've got some cracker box. And I used the Tim Holtz Tattered Florals die. I used a couple different Sizzix Bigs flower dies, flower numbers, one or two or three or something. One of those came from Bonnie. And then I also used a Sizzix Thinlet die that Bonnie gave me that made, is that the flower? It made a funky shaped one. I don't know where it is. Yeah. That looks like a star to me, but, and then a smaller one. And then I also cut out from one of the Sizzix Bigs floral dies. I can find it. Some leaves, and so I need to paint. I mean, there's a lot of layers there, and I need to color them. And this is the main piece of paper that I'm going to be working with. It's basic gray London Sunset. So I just thought the colors were pretty, and it went good with the photo that I chose. I was going to try and emboss these flower layers before I colored them, and I decided that was a bad idea because of some of the mediums I'm going to be using. The moisture will most likely cancel out any embossing work that I've done prior. And to color these, I've got a bunch of acrylic paints. Some of them, these two are fabric paints, and the green is obviously for the leaves. There isn't really green in that paper. It's more of like a aqua greenish blue. But I thought maybe if I mix a little bit of the blue with the green, it would look okay. I have some ratty paint brushes because I want to go with like a mottled dry brush look. I don't want solid coating of any one color. I've got these Finding Dory gel roll pens. It's what are they called? Gel crayons that smell super amazing. And I've got some super old school gel and rolls, and I have this Inka Gold. I have another color that would probably go better with this layout that's called like Old Gold, but looks kind of silvery. But it dried out, and I don't know why it dried out because I always put the lid on it. And what else do I have? Oh yeah, I thought perhaps, I wasn't positive, but it's all my bin. I have a bunch of Pearlex, Perfect Pearls, Pearlex powders that the Oh So Generous Bonnie gave me, and the last thing I have to potentially color are some really broken up chalk pastels. And when I mix paints, I usually do it on a paper plate just so, because I don't want to destroy this really nice expensive surface that I have, and also I don't want to dip anything that I don't want dipped in paint, if I just have a big puddle on my table. So I'm just going to get started. I'm going to attempt to edit this video more so than I have ever done in the past, but, I'm not too experienced with that, so maybe edited, it may not be edited, I don't know. But I'm just going to get started. I think I want to get stuff out of the way. I thought it might be cool. Oh, I have these rub-ons that I was thinking about putting on some of the flower layers to, I don't know, we'll see. So, what's I going to do? Oh, right. Let's do some, this is one of my favorite paints to use, because it's so pretty. I think my main issues is where I'm going to, and then it, on the scrapbooking paper, it had like a, kind of, what color am I thinking of? Almost like a magenta color, which I don't. This one I bought with a broken top. Oh, okay, this one I've got to pour out apparently. It's more of a magenta color, which I don't have, so I'm just gonna mix some paint. And we'll see what color I come up with. I don't have a ton of acrylic paint. I usually just mix paints as I need them. Wish I had more room. Oh, that's an orange. Be careful with that one. I hate the paint boogers when the paint's not fresh and it develops paint boogers. is drying on me already. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. I got fuchsia everywhere. Oh, now I got some red everywhere. And I want magenta. Oh, shoot! Oh, golly, Miss Molly. I did not mean to pour out that much. It's about the right color, though. I wish there was a little bit of and some orange and just finger paint. Now I'm going to start on the Okay, so now I'm going to be adding the jelly rolls, and some Inka Gold, because these actually blended into the paper a lot better than I was anticipating, and so I need to make them stand out a little bit, and also because I had cut out so many of these, I didn't really have room to dry them, so I was just throwing them in a pile to dry. And so as a result, a few of them, when I was peeling them apart, the paint was pulled off them, so I need to touch those up. Yeah. I think I'll do complete all these in the the Jellin rolls, and then go back in with the gold, maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I got everything painted, and as you probably saw, I kind of started painting with my fingers because that was easier than painting with brushes. That seems to happen to me quite a lot. I start out with a brush and always end up with my fingers. So they're pretty. I really like the colors, how they turned out. It's probably going to blend into this whole mess here. And they look really good on the background, but I still want to add some pizzazz to them. So I've got some Perfect Pearls and Pearl X. I've got Super Bronze in the Pearl X, and then in the Perfect Pearls I have Forever Blue and Plum. The Plum is kind of like a reddish pink. And then I also have this. I'm not sure if this is meant to be used as a like Perfect Pearls. I bought this in a lot of craft supplies from off of Craigslist, and I've tried Googling it, and I can't find any information about Bear's bronze powder. But to me, it's shimmery like a mica powder, so I was going to try and use that. And then I'm probably mainly going to use this stamp, Swiss dot stamp, that I got from Leslie, but I've also got this one. And I thought I had another one on my nightstand. Oh, yeah, I do. What is this one? So this one is kind of like a Swiss dot with a hole in it, with some dog hair attached to it. So I'm just going to ink these up in random places. I'm not really going for a full coverage. And then into I'll just keep going with that. It's kind of cool. Okay, so I got all the flowers and leaves done, and I ruined my, I guess I'm gonna ruin it, my Versamark pad in the process because you know, a lot of the things like the gel and rolls kind of reactivate when it's wet. So I had stopped and tried to, I thought I had a couple of little squares of Perfect Pearls glycerin pads, but I don't have them, so they must have gone bad or something because they're not with my ink. So I had to continue using my big one, and I'll just buy a new one and save that one for mixed media projects. So the next thing I want to do is seal these. I don't want the mica powder coming off. I don't want the waxes from the gel and rolls melting when it gets hot and sticking to the protector sheet. So we're just going to seal them. And to seal them, you can use a, what is it called? I am drawing a blank. A clear sealant. What I always use though is hairspray because it's cheaper and it's more accessible. So I recommend using the cheapest hairspray you can find. I've got this little can of John Frieda just because I had it. I'm trying to use it up. But the cheaper stuff doesn't have any oils in it or stuff. You know, nothing that's good for your hair, and so that makes it better for paper. You want to give it a liberal coat, but you don't want it super heavy. Otherwise, if you have any deep puddles on it, it'll dry kind of glossy and sticky. But if you've got like a thinner layer, then you should be a-okay. It usually will dry matte, and you won't have any trouble. So I'm gonna let these dry and then start on my next batch. Okay, so I got all the flowers coated with hairspray, and they're shiny, but that's just from the mica powder. It's not from the hairspray. As long as you don't like drown your paper or whatever you're spraying in hairspray, it'll dry okay. And so I'm going to assemble some flowers, and for the centers, I realized I didn't talk about that in the start of the video. I've got some 1/2-inch circle punches. I keep a container of just circles, 1/2 inch and inches, and then I've got enamel dots, and then if I find the right flowers, I've also got some liquid, 2 different colors, but I'd probably just use the silver of the liquid pearls. I basically want to keep the center of it very flat because this is going on a scrapbooking page, so it can't be 2-dimensional, otherwise it won't fit in the protector. So yeah, I'm just going to start. I'm using Aleene's Original Tacky. This is clear gel, but it's just the original. Oh, and I decided not to emboss these. I figured there was enough dimension already. So the leaves, I'm not gonna glue onto the flowers. I plan on using them in my layout, but I want a little bit of freedom as to where I place them, so I don't want them to be stuck on the flowers. And then the flowers that I don't use on the layout, I'll then glue whatever remaining leaves I have, if I have any, onto the flowers that aren't being used on the layout for, just so they don't get lost and so they're attached to the flowers themselves. So those are the flowers. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. I think they turned out pretty neato. They blend in a little bit too much with the background, but I think it'll still look good. Alright, thanks for watching.